Maniac Rob here from BoardGameManiacs to bring you another showcasing video. Now this video is probably going to be linked to the other one for the bikers. It's for the game Project Z by Warlord Games. This faction that you're seeing here is the male survivor faction. There are two actually survivor factions. There are the male survivors and the female survivors. I do not have the female survivors finished. So once I do them, I will be doing a separate showcasing video for them too as well. But for now, these are all of the male survivors. You can see different weapon options for sure, like a chainsaw. That's a grenade launcher. What? A grenade launcher? Oh yes, you bet your socks on that one. And you have some children in this too as well. Priests. You have some mechanics as well. And you also have, you know, like this guy right here. The guy holding the bat, or the cricket bat. The guy holding the cricket bat, I kind of, yes, there was an option for the weapon for a cricket bat. So what I did is I painted him up to kind of, if you can't tell, to mimic a famous zombie movie, Shaun of the Dead. So pretty much I painted it up so to say like, hey, this is Shaun. He's got some red on him. There's a lot of blood splatter going on because he's been whacking zombies in the head and all day. And also, the bases are painted the same way as my gaming table that I went over in the last video too as well. A little bit of blood stain onto them. A little glistening for the blood onto the bat and everything. So that's Shaun. Another one that I painted is this police or chief police. Kind of tried to mimic the Rick from The Walking Dead here. He's got a nice shotgun going on there. He's got his cop uniform on with the hat. It don't look a lot like Rick, but hey, I imagined that it was Rick, so there you go. And he's got the lines painted on the road too as well. This is the same miniature, well, the same sculpt I should say, but I painted him differently so he, you know, don't resemble Rick, or the other one didn't really resemble Rick, but less with this guy. And he has a grenade launcher. Now that grenade launcher is pretty devastating into the game. Again, I'm not going to go over the stats, but look it up. You'll be very pleased with it. Now, I equipped him because I thought it would be cool, not because I knew the stats, because when I built him, I didn't read the stats first. But it is a very devastating weapon. So, again, every one of these miniatures that I painted, I customized, which means I painted them all individually, so each of them is an individual character. They may be the same sculpt, but they're a little different in their own right, even if it's just weapons or what have you in the paint job. So there's the other police officer right there. Here's two miniatures that one of my favorite to use in the game when I'm playing Survivors. And the reason for that is because they have chainsaws. The chainsaws are so devastating in close quarters for the melee. It just can just mow down zombies like there's no tomorrow. And even if you're playing against an opponent that are like bikers or, you know, female survivors or what have you. You know, you get close enough to them and the chainsaw will just cut through them like butter. Really, really fun to use. So, yeah, this guy here, he has a chainsaw, and he also has an assault rifle on the back. Looks like an M16. So the details in these miniatures, again, are really, really well. I have to, you know, tip my hat to Warlord Games, but by this time in the game, you know, not Project Z game, but just by this time, being a Warlord's been around for a while, they got it pretty much down to a T of, you know, how to make great looking miniatures. Another part of Project Z, which I thought was pretty interesting, was that they have children into it. So there's two male children. So yeah, it's even children. If there was a zombie apocalypse that went on, I'm sure that children, they were responsible enough or old enough, they're going to pick up arms to protect themselves and their family and the group that they're in for sure. So you can see this here child right here. He has a rifle with a scope onto it, so he can like snipe some zombies out for sure. And the other child right here, he's got like this little submachine gun going on, so he can riddle the competition or even like the zombies with bullets for sure. Pretty cool, I have to say. A couple other character types that you get into the core box is, you know, like you have a survivor here with an AK-47 and shorts on, and he's actually wearing sandals. Pretty detailed for sure. You got a mechanic there. He's got like a can of oil or something that he's throwing. He's got a machete going on. You have a priest here holding the Bible and, you know, saying his prayers and you know, he's got a Glock or something there too as well. So he's praying at one time and he's pumping some holes through some zombies with the gun. Nice. And we also have another survivor here that has a crossbow. It may represent somebody else in a different zombie TV series. I'm not going to say who it is. Yeah, it's Daryl. But it don't look like Daryl, but it's pretty cool to have a crossbow into it. So that's more survivors for the male survivors. Now, there's a couple other ones too, so I'm not going to go over all the characters for it too as well. But you have a lot of characters to choose from, a lot of different poses you can choose from, and you get extra weapons with the sprues too as well. So you can paint some weapons up, you can have them laying around so that you could have like an objective in the game where you have to go and pick up the weapons, which is pretty cool. But that's the male survivors. And like always, I'm going to take some nice little clean digital stills. I'm going to post them at the end of the video. If you have any questions about the game or any comments about the miniatures or what have you, by all means, just, you know, drop a line, drop a message down below, send me an email at BoardGameManiacs@gmail.com. If you like these videos, please subscribe, give a thumbs up. If you have any comments, like I said, just drop them down below. I'll be more than happy to read them. I do read all the comments, and I will reply to ones that need replying to. Until next time, be a maniac and have some fun playing board games.